Hello, Peter here, your Pinoy accountant, and in today's video, magpa-file tayo ng 1701Q for your third quarter. So yung deadline na to is November 15, but since Saturday yung November 15, so mamumove ito sa Monday. But usually, hindi ko na pina-follow yung if holiday or Saturday. Pag 15 yung deadline, 15 ko sinasubmit or pina-file so that hindi na magkakaaberya or hindi na makakalimutan. Usually, ganun kasi yung case is nakakalimutan na because pwede pa naman sa Monday, gano'n. So, 'yun. So, in today's video, yun ifa-file natin 1701Q and that is using the EBIR form. So, open niyo na ang EBIR form niyo. Again, free lang to download tong EBIR form. Ipo-post ko lang yung link sa description box sa website mismo ng BIR. So, ito, let's fill this out na. So, if first time yung gamitin itong EBIR form, ilagay nyo lang or i-indicate nyo lang yung mga details niyo based doon sa inyong certificate of registration. So in our example, ito, this is our, many times na tayong nakagamit ng EBIR form. So kita nyo nakasave na automatically yung mga details natin, yung the number, the RDO code, line of business, ito taxpayer's name, registered address, zip code, the telephone number, and the email address. So ito magpipili na tayo. Ano ba yung form na gagamitin natin? Again, 1701Q, 1701Q, and version 2018. So yung iba nalilito. Lumang version kasi pag hindi version 2018. So ito yung bagong form na gagamitin. So i-click ninyo and then click nyo itong fill up and then okay. So palakihin muna natin. Ayan. So for the year, again, this is 1701Q, quarterly income tax return for individual estates and trust. So for the year, dito na tayo, 2025, and we are filing for the third quarter. Amended return, so no. So if this is your first time filing, hindi po to amended. If may mga changes or correction, amended return na yung, i-yes nyo na yung amended return. So number of sheets, okay lang yan, just leave it 0. And then, check nyo lang ano yung mga details dito na hindi pa na, wala pang na-fill outan. So, TIN number, nandito na, RDO code. So, taxpayer, yung type nyo, depende sa registration ninyo, i-check nyo. If you're doing business, ayan, single proprietor, a practice of profession, ayan, professional yung gagamitin ninyo. So, in our example, ano tayo, yung example natin is, ano siya, doing business sa Shopee. So, single proprietor yung isa-select natin. And then there's sa ATC naman, again, we are 8% yung munang isa-sample natin in today's video. In our following video, we will do the optional standard deduction and the itemized deduction. So, ito yung piliin natin, the business income 8%. So, if professionals naman kayo, ito, income from profession naman 8%. And mixed income, ito naman. So, in today's example, in today's video, ayan, 8% muna tayo. So, ano muna tayo, one step at a time. Ayan. So, next natin is, ayan, may taxpayer's name na, registered address, the zip code. So, date of birth na tayo. Month, ayan. And then, the day. And of course, yung year. So, i-follow nyo lang yung format na yan. And the email address, ayan, na-save na. And the citizenship, ayan, Filipino. Foreign tax number if applicable, so leave it blank. In most cases, wala tayo niyan. Claiming foreign tax credits, again, no. In most cases. So dito sa number 16, ayan, automatic siya nag 8%. Since yun yung gagamitin natin today. So by the way, if nag 8% kayo sa previous nyo ng mga filing, ITRs niyo or sa inyong percentage tax, ayan, hindi nyo na pwedeng palitan yan. If nag 8% kayo, 8% na kayo all throughout that taxable year covered. So, next taxable year naman kayo pwedeng magpalit naman if gusto nyo mag-itemized deduction or kung gusto nyo mag-optional standard deduction. So, ito, 8%. So, next na tayo. Part 2, background of or background information on spouse if applicable. So, if you would want yung ano kayo, tinatawag yan yung filing na joint filing, pwede nyo fill outan yan. But if hindi naman, it's okay to leave it blank if ano naman kayo separate filing. So, ayan, if applicable din sa inyo, you can put the details dito naman. So, yung mga joint filing sa annual income tax return naman yung details na yung sa spouse details nyo ilalagay. So, in today's video, ano muna tayo, especially if compensation earner siya, ayan, so, wala muna tayong ilalagay or example in today's video. So, yan, leave it blank muna, 0. Ayan, I mean, blank muna. And then, dito kita nyo, zero pa lang yung mga naka-indicate dito because wala pa tayong details na nilalagay doon sa page 2. So, ayan, click na natin yung next na button so that mapupunta tayo sa page number 2. Ayan, number 2 na tayo. And since 8% tayo, hanapin nyo, nandito yan sa schedule 2 for 8% income tax rate. So, sales, revenue, receipts, and fees. So again, this is yung ilalagay nyo dito for the quarter ha. So, this is the third quarter. So, July, August, and September na sales ninyo. Yan yung ilalagay nyo. So, nakita nyo na net of sales, returns, allowances, and discounts if applicable. So, i-open nyo if may Excel kayo. Yung ginagawa ko kasi nilalagay ko sa Excel so that mas madali i-compute or mas madali i-fill out yung mga forms ng BIR. So, i-open muna natin yung ating Excel file. So, ito yung Excel file na ginawa ko is your cash receipts journal. So, doon yung makikita yung sales niyo, yung net sales niyo. Tinatawag siya na net sales because if ever may mga, for example, sa Shopee, may mga sellers discounts na kayo yung nag-promote, ganon. Yun yung pwede yung i-deduct and if ever may mga refunds, ayan, may mga returns, sales returns, ayan, pwede yung i-deduct sa inyong sales. But yung mga iba, yung mga fees and commissions ni Lazada, commission ni TikTok, ayan, hindi nyo pwedeng i-deduct yun sa sales niyo because that would form part sa inyong mga expenses. Pati yung withholding tax, yung iba kasi confused, ano ba yung withholding tax? Ayan, pwede bang i-minus sa inyong sales? So again, no, creditable withholding tax is an asset. So pwede nyo yang i-minus doon naman sa income tax if ever may mga income tax due tayo. So in today's video, ayan, magsasample naman tayo. So again, for the third quarter, yung kailangan natin na sales, ayan, so ito yung sinummarize ko na to, July, August, and September. And then every quarter, ayan, ina-add ko na, sinasummarize ko, ayan, total third quarter. Yung sales natin is 68,730. So yan yung ilalagay natin doon sa ating 1701Q na sales. So dito natin ilalagay yung 68,730. Ayan. So next tayo is non-operating income. If may mga other income kayo not related sa business niyo, diyan nyo ilalagay. For example, may mga garage sale kayo. But in most cases, ayan, zero lang yung nilalagay dyan. And then that would give us itong number 49, the total income for the quarter, which is, again, 68,730. And then ito, i-add natin yung mga taxable income natin from the previous quarter naman. So that is the item 51 of yung final natin na 1701Q na second quarter. So that yung composition niyan actually is the first quarter and the second quarter. So that dito sa number 51 dito, magiging cumulative siya for the 3 quarters na. So ito, open niyo yung inyong previously filed na income tax return or pwede nyo din balikan yung Excel ninyo because sa Excel, makikita din ninyo yung taxable income ninyo from your previous quarter. So ito, i-open natin 1701Q natin na filed na second quarter. And ito, i-check nyo yung item 51. So nandun lang yan. So i-open na natin yung ating previously filed na 1701Q. So ito na yung final natin, 1701Q second quarter. And then, nasa number 51 daw yung figure na kailangan natin. So, scroll nyo lang, scroll down nyo. So, ito na, schedule 2 and then 51. So, that is also the cumulative taxable income as of this quarter. So, itong 125,610. So, kabuuan yan ng first quarter and the second quarter nyo. So, ito yung ilalagay natin doon, 125,000, kita nyo ba? 610. So, balikan natin yung ating EBIR form. So, dito sa number 50 is 125,610. Ayan. So, that would give us itong cumulative na taxable income. So, ito cumulative na to. So, yung ano na to, January to September na. So, first, second, and the third quarter. So, ito yung total sales natin is 194,340. And if you would want, pwede nyong i-check yung Excel nyo if may mga Excel kayo. So that pwede nyong i-double check if tama ba yung ating mga figures na ilagay. So i-check natin yung Excel so that sure tayo 100% na tama yung ating 1701Q for the third quarter. So yung kailangan is the total taxable for the previous quarters. So that is the first quarter and the second quarter. So ito, naka-add na din natin sa ating Excel. The total for the Q1 and the Q2 is 125,610. So i-double check natin if tama ba. Ayan, 125,610. So tama yung na-file natin in our previous return and tama din yung ating Excel. So double check tayo dyan. And the cumulative taxable income as of this quarter, 194,340. Check natin ulit yung Excel. So ito, the total of the Q1, Q2, and the Q3, ayan, 194,340. So check yung ating computation or yung ating figures sa 1701Q for the third quarter. So balik tayo sa EBIR form. So balik tayo dito. So number 52 na tayo. So again, yung iba na confuse if lalagyan niya pa ba ng 250,000 dyan. So the answer is a big yes. So cumulative kasi ito. So for the entire year, actually yan yung ano nyo, yung allowable na reduction is the 250,000. Kahit sa annual ITR natin ilalagay natin yan. But again, this is applicable if you are purely doing business or purely doing, practicing of your profession. If mixed income earner kayo, if you are employed, if may compensation kayo, and at the same time you are doing business, so unfortunately, hindi nyo na makiklaim itong 250,000 because if mixed income earner kayo, if you're earning compensation from your employment, yung benefit na ito na 250,000 is assumed na na-claim nyo na dun sa inyong compensation. So again, if you are mixed income earner, wala kayong 250,000 na allowable reduction dito. But if you are purely business naman and practice of profession, 250,000 pwede nyo i-deduct dito. So again, less natin 250,000. So that would give us itong taxable loss tayo, kita nyo negative, is 55,660. And yung tax due natin is of course 0 because loss tayo for this to date for this quarter. Taxable loss tayo na 55,660. So multiply nyo ng 8%, 0 pa din yung lalabas. So ayan, tax due natin is 0. So dito na tayo sa schedule 3. Prior years excess credits naman, i-check nyo yung na-file nyo na 2024 na annual ITR. If may mga excess credits kayo or overpayment, ayun, so i-check nyo yun. If pinili nyo is i-carry forward nyo to the next quarter or the next taxable year, ayan, pwede nyo ilagay yung figure na dyan. If ever wala naman, so 0 lang ilalagay nyo dyan. So in this example, 0, wala tayong excess credits from yung ating previously filed na 2024 ITR, annual ITR. So 0 lang ilalagay natin dyan. So, tax payments for the previous quarters naman. So, i-check nyo if may payments kayo nung first quarter and the second quarter. So, pwede nyo i-check yung inyong files. Kaya, yun yung importance ng pag-save ng mga proof of payment natin, proof of remittance. Yan. So, that may malalagay tayo na figure dito. So, for example lang, ayan, 0, kasi 0 lang yung tax due natin nung first quarter and the second quarter. So, yung ilalagay na figure natin dito is 0. So, yun lang, i-double check nyo if may mga tax payments kayo or tax due sa previous quarter. So, yung first quarter and the second quarter, if wala naman, 0 lang yan. So, dito naman tayo sa creditable tax withheld for the previous quarters. So, first quarter and the second quarter, if may mga 2307 kayo, mga income taxes withheld from your payer, income payer, yun, i-double check nyo if you have that. Dito nyo ilalagay sa number 57 na dito sa form. So, i-check nyo. In our example, yung sa Excel kasi nilagay ko na doon yung mga 2307 natin. So, let's check our Excel file. So, dito tayo sa creditable withholding tax. So, yung hinihingi doon, yung previous na quarter. So, that is the first quarter and the second quarter. So, ayan. Buti na lang, ayan, di ba? Na-summarize ko na. Na-summarize na natin. Ayan. Total Q1 and Q2 sa creditable withholding tax is 530. So, yun yung ilalagay natin na figure doon. 530. So, yun, i-check nyo lang yung 2307 ninyo if you have. If wala naman, maybe na late lang yung income payer ninyo. So, pwede nyo pa naman i-claim yan sa next I mean, sa annual ITR na yung next filing natin because walang fourth quarter na 1701Q. So, yung iba na confused din dyan. So, wala tayong fourth quarter na 1701Q. Ano na tayo? Annual income tax return na. So, ito, number 58, yan, creditable tax withheld for this quarter. So, again, i-check nyo yung 2307 ninyo na natanggap for this quarter, July, August, and September. So, balikan ko lang yung Excel file ko and i-check ko kung magkano ba yung 2307 or the creditable tax withheld ko ngayong third quarter. So, for the third quarter, ayan, so 290 yung ating natanggap na 2307. So, yan yung figure na ilalagay ko doon. So, dito, number 58, 290, ayan. So, that would give us itong total tax credits and payments of 820. So, dito, wala lang tayong ilalagay sa 59 foreign tax credits. Wala din in most cases, wala tayong other tax credits or payments. In most cases, wala din. So, ito, total tax credits and payments natin is 820. So, we will have itong overpayment na 820. So, in our, dun sa annual ITR natin, we can use that. I-carry forward natin sa next quarter or sa next na taxable year. So, ayan, balikan natin yung page 1. So, ayan. So, may figure na tayo dito sa tax due natin is 0 because negative yung taxable income natin is negative. So, taxable loss tayo. Less tax credits and payments. So, ito yung 2307 natin. So, we got 820. So, ayan, tax payable or overpayment. So, we have 820 na overpayment. And penalties, wala tayong penalties. On time tayo nag-file ngayon. And then, that would give us itong overpayment, 820. So, yung aggregate amount na overpayment natin is 820. So, I think that's it. We are done. So, once you are done with the inputting the figures, ayan, click yung validate. Validation successful. And then, of course, i-save din nyo. And then, i-print din nyo so that you will have a kahit PDF copies lang so that may pwede kayong ma-reference or pwede nyong i-open in case you will need yung data nyo from your previously filed na returns, or if ever ma-audit kayo ng BIR or may mga open cases kayo, you can use that as your proof of filing. So, yan, print nyo as PDF and then submit na tayo. Ito na yung final step. Please ensure that you have internet and valid email address. Are you sure you want to submit? I-okay lang ninyo. And then next natin is ito na, EBIR forms, revised terms of service agreement or the TOSA. I-okay lang ninyo yan. And after that, it's either successful or failed yung pag-submit. So if failed naman, yung reason yan is baka mahina yung internet. So you just go over with the same process of submitting it again. And then i-okay nyo lang to until such time na magpa-prompt na submit successful. Ayan. So, once submit successful na, you check your email. Mag-email sila ng tax return receipt confirmation. And from there, ayan, goods to go na kayo. I-print nyo din yung email na na-receive niyo na tax return receipt confirmation. And after that, pwede na kayong magbayad. You can use online may facilities na yung ginagamit kayo sa MyEG and Maya, pwede nyo din gamitin. So, may video tayo niyan on how you can use the Maya and the MyEG. So, yun lang yung video natin for today. We just talked about how you can file your 1701Q for the third quarter, and this is for the 8%. So, madali lang if 8%. So, in our upcoming videos, magsasample naman tayo ng 40% optional standard deduction and the itemized deduction. So, yun lang yung video natin. Medyo mahaba-haba na. And if you have some mga questions, just comment down below. And yung website natin, you can support our channel and our website. Just go to www.pinoyaccountant.com/donate. So again, thank you very much and I'll see you in our next video.